Hi everyone, my name is Gabriela from Tulip Art Designs and you are welcome or welcome back on another creative video. In this tutorial I will show you how to sketch a dragon fruit. It's one of the photos, well, the reference photo is one of my photos from my trip in Barcelona when I got very inspired. And last time we started with a watermelon, so we had a lot of fun making a mess with wet in wet techniques. And these 5-10 minutes of creativity can bring you so much joy, and I hope that you will paint along with me. Here is the photo. Let me just switch so you can see. This is the photo, and I will start inking my sketch. I really like to start with a pencil sketch, and these outlines are available as a template on my Patreon page, so if you need this, just go check it out. There is a huge selection already. I start with inking my sketch. Let me just walk you through the supplies first. So I have the watercolor sketchbook, and I really enjoy the cold press watercolor paper because of the texture it has. Then watercolor paints, any brand is fine. Then 2 different sizes of round watercolor brush. I have 10 and 4. I'm not sure if we are going to use both of them. It depends on the process. I also have a wash brush sometimes if I want to wet a huge area on the page. Then the water resistant pen and the jelly roll pen for some highlights in the end. Clean water, towel, heat gun to speed up the process. It's not really necessary, and I do have such a clip that can keep my sketchbook fixed on the table. Okay, let me just zoom in so you can see. I start with inking. I have the water-based pigment ink fine liner size 02. You can definitely go for a smaller size or bigger, depends if your sketch is smaller or bigger. If you use the template, this is A5, so 02 is definitely perfect. And then I will start with the inner part of my fruit, and I usually start with very light and thin lines, so I am not pushing too much with the pen. And then I go back, so I make a second circle. And if there is something I don't like, I fix it by adding an extra line. So this sketchy style is amazing because we really let perfection go by adding extra line somewhere, and then it really doesn't look like it's mistaken. And when we sketch things from the nature, it's very easy and simple, just because there is not even one line in the nature that is straight. So that's why I am shaking a little bit my pen, so my sketch starts to look a little bit more realistic. Even though we are not trying to create a realistic painting, we are going for the illustration. So I really love making illustrations because we can choose the level of details, we can choose the style of the lines, we can choose what watercolor techniques we will use if we want to make a huge mess or if you want to make perfect smooth lines. Everything is welcome. In the end, we really want to relax a little bit, right? So we really want to let perfection go and just enjoy the moment. So this is the part of the outside. And then I will go in and start adding these black seeds everywhere. So this is the last step of my drawing. Of course, we can always add details, make it more realistic drawing. But because I am busy, I have kids, and I have all the work to do after this. So for me, it's gonna be editing, making the thumbnails, the templates, answering all your questions, maybe chatting with someone from the Patreon community. And I don't want to spend hours, and I really need just 15 minutes to relax, right? So we are not going to add too many details. But if you can, just focus on your breathing and start adding these little seeds. If you want, you can turn on some music or grab your favorite drink. What I am trying to do with these seeds is to keep them with different distances so it doesn't look like a pattern. And also, because they are a little bit as a small oval, I make them pointing different directions, okay? They are also just a little bit different sizes. I will stop. I will use my eraser to clean the pencil lines, because once we add watercolor on top of it, we will not be able to erase it. Okay, just like this. If you have the template, I will link also a video how you can transfer the lines on your watercolor paper. I made a video with 5 simple ways to do this, so if you don't have a printer that can print on watercolor paper, then I'm sure this will be helpful. Okay, now let's see. I have this nice pink on the outside with yellowish, orange, green little stem here. So I will start with this one. I will first add water and then I will just drop in some paint. We can use the big brush, but then we don't have to push to put too much pressure, but we are going to use only the tip of our brush. Otherwise, we can use the small brush. That's also fine. Then it will be probably a bit easier to stick to the insides. Even if you don't follow the lines perfectly, don't be worried. We can make a nice background after that, and it's gonna be fine. We don't have to make it perfect. Okay, so for today's background, I want to use a straw, and now I'm thinking that my straw is not here. Okay, I don't have a straw now. This is the risk when you let your kids play in your working space, but that's okay. I will improvise and show you how to make the same effect without having. Okay, so let's add a little bit more of water here. So I'm just adding a small pool and I will blow with my mouth. So just like this. If you want to see what's really happening, let's add paint so it will be more visible. I will drop in some paint here. You could see where it goes. Okay, I just dropped a little bit. So let's see. So that's very fun technique, and I also think that the result is also very nice. Let's grab some more like this and just do it. When you turn your sketchbook, the paint and the water goes around. Let's add a little bit on this side as well. So I am really making a water pool, and then I blew, and that's all. I somehow feel like I want to add more here, and also here I don't really like this. So I'm adding water, and when we add more and more water, it will become more transparent. And if you blew harder, then you will get thinner watercolor splashes, just like this. So I'm not sure what's visible really on the camera, and I'm not sure what you hear, but I think that's quite fun. I want to dry this, and then I will just add a little bit more paint. Okay, now that this is dry, I just want to take more paint. So I am reactivating my pink here. I am adding a little bit more water, and when I take paint, I don't want to see dripping paint from my brush, so I tap it very gently on the towel, and then I go on the paper. Okay, so I will just paint my dragon fruit one more time, so it will be a bit darker. This is how we add a value to the color. This is one of the ways. So adding an extra layer of that same color, then it will become darker. Now we are using the wet on dry technique, which means that the paint will not bleed, but it will only go where our brush touches the paper. Okay. And I paint a little bit on one side, then a little bit on the other side, so it will not dry and it will not make harsh lines. But even if this happens, that's okay. Watercolor tends to dry lighter, so don't be worried if you have more creamy consistency paint. It's not gonna be too dark. Watercolor is a transparent medium, and you will never make it too dark. Okay. Well, that's it. So that was it for today. Simple and easy and quick, definitely fun and relaxing exercise. This is from the last time, so make sure to check it out if you didn't do it. The outline templates are available on my Patreon. I will link it below in case you need this. It's just $5 a month, so it's like a coffee, and you get so many classes and tutorials, a nice community, printables, mini courses, so many things that can just help your creativity to come out and, you know, to spend your free time in a very fun and relaxing way. Consider subscribing to my channel so you will not miss any of the coming videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!